everybody, my name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Float Fishing character. Today, we ended up going out to the Norwegian Sea. So I did spend silver to get out here. I meant to actually spend gold, but I ended up spending silver and accidentally. But I did buy enough gold to buy some fillets as well too. So that's what I got. I'll show the setup here and where we are in a second. Just barely got this cast out. Looks like I actually missed a fish as everything was floating down. But it is what it is there. It looks like I'm peaking my mic a little bit. I gotta adjust that too. Let's see if that helps. I push it a little bit further away from me. Nice 10 kilo saithe to start it out. So you'll notice I do have premium and happy hour. I did have a 7-day pass for premium that I used as well, because the main goal here is to get XP. So there's 13,000 XP on that one fish. So I am using, interestingly enough, saithe small fillets. So getting a 10k saithe on saithe was interesting there. We are on top of the 30-meter hole, or kind of plateau here, and I've been letting it drop. So if you look right above my, kind of right at my right wrist, you'll see that there's a indicator of how deep I am, and you can see it's turning as I rotate in. So you do get this rod, this reel, this lure, all of that just by coming here if you do the 5-day trip. So we're doing what's called pierking. So you cast out, you let it float, and then you right click to kind of lift up the rod and then let it fall back down. You're just kind of shaking the bait in the water. And early on, this is one of the best setups or best ways of fishing you can do. If you are more of a spin fisher, you can do jigging as well. Very similar concept to pierking. So just if that is the specialty you've been focusing on, or if you already have some spin points involved in it, you can do that. And you'll notice I've been hitting R quite a bit as I'm pierking to see if there's a fish on, because a lot of times it will grab it while the bait is dropping. So there's a 1 kilo saithe for just shy of 1,000. So a non-marker saithe, just shy of 1,000 XP. I'll take that. The goal here is over the next probably 4 episodes to get up to level 24 so that we unlock Syrup. Hopefully we unlock, or hopefully we make our money back. So it's $13.95 silver. Come here. I did spend $10, or like $9.50, I think, technically, to get 5 gold, and I spent basically 2 gold. 0.95 times 2, so I guess 0.19 of that on bait. Didn't have to. If you watch my spin fishing character, you'll see that I did not buy any gold bait here and actually made our money back. So it's possible to do that. Just barely made our money back on the spin character. That time I noticed there was a fish on just because as I was trying to pierk, the rod was a lot heavier to lift. Another smaller fish though. So I did buy saithe fillets and I think mackerel fillets. Nice sculpin. 39.28. I'll take that. And pretty much, if you notice, I am not really even putting any casting into the rod. I just cast it out as short as I can. turned the gain down on my mic just a touch again because I was peeking it out. I was messing around with my settings earlier, and I think I went a little too far. Dog just heard something and scared me jumping off the couch and didn't mean to reel in there when I did. It is getting close to July 4th, so it wouldn't surprise me if folks are starting to shoot fireworks off already. There's also a possibility of some storms in the area too, so it could just have been some thunder. Or I hear a car driving off, so it could have been someone slamming a car door. Just turning around to look at my fish finder screen. I do see some fish on there. We'll probably try a couple different places. I would love to make my 1400 silver back and more, and then obviously I would love to get to 24. That's the main goal. Another small safe. That's not what I meant to do. Just click and just let it drop. With these smaller fish, we'll see how things turn out. 20 meters deep, 25 meters deep, 30. A little bit further. And there, that got bit as it floated down. Another smaller fish here. Another smaller saith. So I should be able to get 4 episodes. I may actually record an extra episode tomorrow so that I can use some of my premium time to grind up some ground bait skills. We'll see. I've floated off the 30-meter hole. I'm now 55 meters deep, which isn't necessarily a problem. The fish tend to be along ridges. It's pierking. You can also get strong pierking, as I just got, as I caught whatever this is. Usually you get strong pierking if you lift up further. See what we have here. 10 meters deep. 5. I do wish they had that indicator. Even if you didn't have the line that shows the depth, nice. 5 kilo safe. Even if you didn't have the line, so the line I have, if you look at it, is kind of rainbow colored. Every 5 meters of line is a different color. But you would still kind of notice that line is going in or out in real life. So you can see it rotating counterclockwise. Right now, that shows there's line going out. I like to let it go all the way to the bottom, reel in just a little bit. There you can see it's actually still very slack. So I reeled in a little bit more. Small fish on here. Made the mistake of not checking where I was experience-wise when we got started today. Nice sculpin. Those are usually worth a decent amount. There's some ugly fish, but also kind of cool looking. Just because not something I see every day. I'm in the middle of the United States, so don't get out on the ocean too often. I honestly don't even know if sculpin come over to the United States side of the Atlantic. Now you can see strong pure king because I'm holding right click a little bit longer. Oh, big fish. Not seeing any fish on the sonar really. I will drift. Yeah, I've already drifted a little bit. Oh, fish. I think I may move here. Probably. Just because I'm not seeing a lot of fish on the fish finder. Yep. It's time to relocate a little bit. Might. I'm actually curious if this is going to use a fillet or not. So one of the good new parts about the Norwegian Sea boat is I don't have to hold W. You kind of set the throttle and it goes. usually to keep moving forward on the other boats, you have to hold it. So now I'm actually looking up in the corner because I started seeing some fish. So you can see that I'm seeing the fish on the fish scanner, so time to at least try again. But you can see what your throttle is when you're in the chair in the boat. That'll say whether you're in drive, reverse, or neutral as well. So I would look up when I wanted to stop and make sure I was in neutral. And then I turn the engine off just because I don't want to listen to it the whole time. And of course, all the fish have now disappeared. Well, it feels like we've floated out into some deeper stuff. Yeah, we have. The good news about the fish finder is it does show you how deep the fish are too. So if you look at it, once those fish come past the wall here, they're one down at 90, one down at looks like 64 meters. Let's reel it in a little bit to get to 90. I was actually sitting on the ground there for a second. Fish. I may have actually left the engine running. It sounds like it did. I can just barely hear it on top of Squeaky Sloth. Dog just laid up. Dog laid on the reel for a second, and looks like we got a decent fish on. Gonna mute with woofs. We'll see what this turns out to be. Probably in the 5 to 10 kilo range. downside of fishing in deeper water is it takes longer to reel it up. Evidently, the dog wants to play. He was asleep when I started recording. And it takes so long to get out here that I don't really want to stop. Especially since I'm using time on the trip and time on premium. Or time on happy hour, really. What? I think there's a bottle on the floor he's found to play with. Nice 8 kilo safe, 10,000 XP. I was right about my 5 to 10 guess. I swear the dog knows every time I unmute, he starts chewing on whatever he's chewing on. Oh, fish. Come on, fishy fish. Ah, whatever that was popped off. That's why you have to hit R. That didn't even give me a fish got away message either. So good news, when I cast out earlier and reeled back in, I did not lose that fillet because I bought 30 of the fillets. I've got 9 fish and I've got 21 left over. I was curious about that. Because usually, if you use ground bait in a feeder, you lose it when you reel in. I was kind of expecting the same thing, similar mechanic. Pretty sure I was under 100,000 XP when we started. So I think I've already gotten 20,000, maybe 40. I want to say I was around 89,000 when we started. May move again just because it's too quiet here. Most of the spots I was seeing on VK used very high end equipment and skills that I don't have and probably won't have for a long time. For some reason, the like my shift key was sticking there for a second. I need to actually cast. Alright, sorry about that. Had a quick phone call for that four-letter W word. But I'm done with that now. And somehow I cast out the wrong rod. Cast it out to let it sink to the bottom while I was dealing with the phone call and evidently pressed something other than one. Dog's probably going to get excited too with me dealing with that for a second, so hopefully he doesn't keep barking. He wants to go out to play for a little bit. A smaller fish here, but it's a fish. It could be a sculpin. It's a say. No, it's a dogfish. 36,000 XP. Nice fish. Small fish on while I was talking to the dog. I was right that he got excited when I had to deal with that phone call. Tiny sour. Lay down. Lay down. Didn't realize I wasn't on mute there. Trying to get the dog to calm down. He just jumped up on me for a second. Another smaller fish here. Let's see what it is. Another sculpin. I also turned the fan off, so I wonder if he's just getting warm. Because it's not super warm outside, but it is very humid because we do have some rain in the area. Tomorrow's supposed to be low 70s for a high, so it'll be a nice day. 122 grams sour. Marker, I'll take it. I one bit on the way down even. Right around here I noticed it stopped being line out. around 25 meters deep there. Trying to keep in that bottom layer. You notice that just above the tension bar, it's moving in the bottom layer and piercing. So kind of two bonuses to hopefully getting fish. I meant to make sure I had enough tea before I came here, and I just realized I forgot to check that. We are about 37 minutes in. Probably been fishing for about 30 seconds more than the video actually is. A minute or two to get out here. Probably 2 to 3 kilo fish. Unless it's a mackerel. I didn't think about that. They tend to pull well. It's a safe. 2 kilo safe. Come on, fish. Here's a setup. I don't think I actually showed it. So you get all of the top four things here just as part of the trip coming out here. So you rent the rod, rent the boat, rent the reel, the line. You get a set of lures as well. I did buy the fillets. Just to see what kind of difference it made. And again, I did spend gold for that. I know I tend to be pretty much free to play. You don't have to do that by any stretch of the imagination. Figured I'd give it a try. Just because honestly, I was curious. Wanted to see if it made a difference at all. Honestly, 14 fish isn't horrible. Fish here tend to be worth a decent amount. XP wise, I know we're over 50,000. I think we're over 80,000, 90,000, maybe almost 100,000. Honestly, hoping for a little bit more, but we might be. Like I said, I forgot to actually look. I may take a quick look when I'm driving the boat back in when happy hour is done. Bring this in a little bit since I'm not seeing fish other than fairly shallow. One down at 20, of course. Yep. A little bit slower than I want. Nothing on sonar. Let's head towards that 34-meter spot. I like the shallower just because it takes less time to reel things in. Although you can see that ridge back there, how many fish there were. In fact, I'm turning around and going to stay in the area. Stuck in sonar mode. Mouse just disconnected. Gonna be one of those times. Guess I need to charge the mouse. Get that plugged in. Come on. Still hasn't connected, but It's one of the good parts about using a laptop is I still can somewhat control things. There it goes. Now it connected. Come on, give me a fish. Maybe a kilo. It's a dogfish or a sculpin. And it was a safe. Decent XP, not a lot of silver. That was not a marker. And now it's going to rain. I can't read. That's 80, not 90. Should have about 10 minutes left on happy hour. And again, since I tend to play free to play, I did have a 7-day premium ticket left over from the New Year's event, so that's what I used. I did not buy happy hour or buy premiums, but for those who don't know what premium and happy hour is, premium gives you an extra 100% XP, and then happy hour for the first hour of a day. Anything you do that gives you percentage points, so fishing, lure making, ground bait making, that type of thing, gives you a better chance to get those percentage points. And then if you're fishing, it also doubles your XP. That's why I've gotten at least 100,000 XP, I'm pretty sure, today. And it did just get really humid. I just started sweating sitting here. So I think the rains are coming in real life, too. Turning my fan back on. Try and cool off a little bit. Even with the AC on, when it's this humid, it's not fun. Last I looked, about 2 hours ago, my entire city was basically surrounded by rain. So I expected some today. I may have to try and find a better spot next time. It has a little bit more fish. Ooh, hello. I think it pulled good when it was diving there, but I don't think it's super amazing. Can't remember exactly what capacity the reel is. I need to look. I want to say it's around 21 kilograms. Either 18 or 21, I can't remember. At least I think. It's not a bad setup here. Decent 5 kilogram safe. 6,000 XP. Hello, everybody. And didn't expect that to go through. I was trying to see how much XP I had at the end of last episode, and I didn't expect it to autoplay when I opened the video. And I, of course, opened the spin fishing episode, not the float fishing episode. Because yesterday was a spin fishing episode. Yeah, so we're about 80,000 XP at the end of last episode, so we've gotten almost 100,000 XP today. Especially if we can get one more fish before we run out of time. We should hit about 100,000 XP. Like I said, I would love to hit level 24 while we're here. It's possible. And if not, I still have some leftover gold bait and may do a second trip. Well, that's the good news about borrowing equipment is whatever just cut my rig off, I can just put a new one back on. That was interesting. That was the first time that's ever happened to me. Out here. Ooh, that's a big crayfish. 356-gram crayfish. Wow. No wonder that's a global record. Seen a number of fish around the 65 to 70 meter range, so that's why I'm hovering in that range. Got about a minute to get this fish in on happy hour. And I kind of want to, so I'm risking it a little bit holding shift. I missed it. That's unfortunate. This means no extra XP for this fish. This was a decent enough fish that I wanted it. We'll wrap it up there in a 7.8 kilo safe for 4,900 XP. I was in sonar mode. So you can actually control the sonar and switch it between the map, half sonar, and full sonar. And then zoom in and out as well too. So that little inlet there that I'm facing towards that we can't even see is where home is. Right now I'm not even holding W like I usually would. I just want to give you an idea of how long it takes to get anywhere. I was only about, what, halfway out? Not even that, a quarter of the way out. You know, I was fishing in this area here. And right there is the town. You can see how the fish tend to be on the elevation changes. It's almost quicker to log out and back in to get back to town. There's the town in front of us. Didn't stop in time. I always struggle with control of this boat. And now to remember where everything is, because I remember the first time I came here, it took me a while to figure everything. Here's a cafe. Pollock, eel pot, whiting, sardine, crab. Crab's newer. 4 big sorry we didn't get. So didn't get anything for the cafe. I think the fish market's right next door. It is. So 17 fish, 157. Not the best. Should have been a lot more than that. But not too bad. That dogfish is 41 silver. And then a couple of the big says. So I'll take it. Definitely good on the XP as well, too. So hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all enjoyed the Norwegian Sea. Again, I may record a second episode tomorrow of this as well, too, just to take advantage of being here. But no matter what, hope you all enjoyed. And we'll be back again on the spin fishing character tomorrow. Bye-bye now.